all hear me, or shall I use the mic? Can you hear me at the back?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you all for coming, and we don't want you to miss that important call, so don't forget to switch your phones on the way out. Thank you for joining us for what I hope turns out to be an enlightening debate on digital Britain and the future of information, in particular public sector broadcasting. This is certainly a highly topical, headline-grabbing and timely debate. Responses are due to the government's Digital Britain review next week, and ITV's results are due out tomorrow. Given these pressing commitments, I'm delighted that Microsoft are taking phone calls, but even more delighted that the panel are able to join us for tonight's debate. Thank you all for coming. They've all worked on more than one side of the fence in this industry, and so can well appreciate each other's arguments, even if they don't reveal that tonight. Joining us are Stephen Carter, Minister for Communications, Broadcasting and Technology, and he's also the former CEO of Ofcom, Brunswick Communications, and MD of NTL, Norwegian Media, and journalist Thompson. Andy Duncan, to my right, has been Chief Exec of Channel 4 for the past 5 years, and is a former Director of Marketing, Communications and Audiences at the BBC. Carolyn Fairbairn is Group Strategy Director of ITV, and is a former Director of Strategy at the BBC and BBC Worldwide, and advises the number 10 policy unit. Jonathan Thompson, next to Carolyn, is Director of Strategy at Ofcom. He's responsible for the PSB review and is formerly a Director of Strategy at Channel 4. Not just Jonathan, but he is instrumental. Charles Constable, to my left, is Director of Strategy at 5, having previously been Controller of Distribution at the BBC and Director of Strategy at UBE, which was sold to Granada, which means ITV. Caroline Thompson, at the end here, is Chief Operating Officer at the BBC, with responsibility for policy, and was previously Head of Corporate Affairs at Channel 4 under Michael Graves, who is currently at the helm of ITV and the BBC. And then Vaizey, Shadow Culture Minister, who has been a Conservative, and before that was a Conservative. Before that was a Public Relations Director between that political commentator. So an illustrious and well-informed panel should be an interesting evening. Over the last 86 years, broadcasting has had a profound and lasting impact on the social, cultural, and democratic evolution in the UK. We may be in a challenged period, but if we believe Reid's sentiment that broadcasting is not just a passing phase, then there is much to be said for a healthy debate on creating a sustainable future for the industry. Everyone in this room is a stakeholder, as a professional, as a citizen, as a consumer, and as a cultural and social being. And so I encourage you all to participate as well as listen in tonight's debate. I have been asked whether Chatham House rules apply. Given the size of the audience, we are filming the event. We have so many journalists in the room. I would say that you should treat this as a public forum. I can't guarantee you coverage, but if you say something new, interesting, and controversial, I'm sure it would be reported. And if you say something funny, we may keep it on film. Before we dive into the meat of the current debate, I'd like to just leave you with a couple of quotes from the birth of broadcasting and a reminder of some of the early days of evolution since. The first national radio broadcast transmission was from London on 14th of November 1922 by a then small private company traded as a consortium of manufacturers, as we now know as the BBC. At the time, the UK had a failing coalition government, a high level of unemployment, a high level of national debt. In 1926, we had the general strike. The stock market crashed in New York in 1929, and we entered the Great Depression. And it was in this period that television in the UK was born. Since then, we've had numerous government select committees who interestingly, sometimes the exceptions to the consensus view are what have determined the future course of broadcasting in the UK. In 1950, as a postscript to the Beveridge report, Selwyn recommended an end to the BBC's monopoly, a discussion that ultimately caused the formation of ITV. In the 1970s, the Annan report considered the formation of the fourth channel, but it was not until some years later that Channel 4 was formed. Just to leave you with a couple of quotes, this from Reed in 1923 on broadcasting over Britain. If the responsibilities are of a high order, to whom are they to be entrusted? The decisions as to what shall or shall not be broadcast, we are obviously on dangerous ground. Anything in the nature of a dictatorship is the subject of much resentment these days, while somebody has to give decisions. It is always possible to replace those who give wrong ones, or who have not the courage to give any, by others in whom people will have greater confidence. And the Sykes Committee concluded, broadcasting holds social and political possibilities as great as any technical attainment of my generation. And interestingly, broadcasting at present excels in the cheapness of anything hitherto conceived. With those thoughts in mind, I'd like to hand you over to Stephen